Well, good evening, and I want to thank everybody for coming. I'm Brian Aldies. I'm the Secretary Treasurer and Principal Officer of Teamsters Local 320. Standing to my left is Sammy Gabriel, the President of Teamsters Local 320. And I have a prepared statement that I would like to read to all of you today. I want to thank Grads United for their support of the Teamster workers in their battle for a fair contract. I want to open this news conference to discuss the strike authorization vote by the Teamsters workers at the University of Minnesota. I also want to stress to the public and to the university that this did not have to happen this way, and we are hopeful that we can reach an agreement with the assistance of a state-appointed mediator. Today, Teamsters at the University of Minnesota voted Teamsters strong. They voted by 85% to authorize a strike against their employer if they cannot reach an agreement on a new collective bargaining agreement. For the last 5 months, Teamster workers at the University of Minnesota have been working under an expired agreement. Teamsters Local 320 represents over 1,500 service employees at the University of Minnesota. Teamster workers work in the university buildings, on the grounds, in food service, research labs, dorms, HVAC, among other classifications as well. Teamsters at the University of Minnesota work across the state on all campuses and perform critical functions across the University of Minnesota system. Teamsters have been in negotiations with the University of Minnesota negotiators for the past 7 months and have been in state-facilitated mediation for 6 of those months. Throughout the process, the university has demonstrated minimal movement and unwillingness to address workers' issues. Some of the issues: economic inequality and the need for stability. 155 University of Minnesota workers represented by Teamsters Local 320 earned below $15 an hour. The growing issue of inequality among East African workers and other workers who may be punished for using earned accrued leave benefits. Today, we are asking that the University of Minnesota respect its workforce and their need for economic stability and the benefits that they provide to their communities. We know that the average wage of university Teamster workers is below $19.63 an hour, which is the established cost of living for workers in the metro area as per the Minnesota Department of Employment and Economic Development. We are asking that the University of Minnesota come to the table and negotiate in the best interest of the communities in which the campuses are located, the best interest of the workers, and the best interests of the students the workers serve. Before we take questions, I want to have Teamsters Local 320 Vice President Kurt Swenson discuss with you the language issues regarding the East African workers and other workers who use accrued leave benefits for longer periods of time at the University of Minnesota. Kurt?
One of our major groups of immigrants at the university are East Africans. Right now, what our major language proposal, they apply can bid for their work areas. And work areas mean which building they work in, which floors, and such. If a person over at the U, a Teamster, takes a sick leave or go out on FMLA leave to go take care of a parent or to take care of themselves, like a knee surgery or things like that, they will lose their positions that they bidded into or posted. They do keep their job, they come back, but management will put them wherever they desire. And we were asking just to be put back into their place. It does not only just affect the East Africans, but we do have a large population over there. Unlike their families did not immigrate with them. A lot of them are here with just their family. So their mom, dads, brothers, sisters are still back in their country. And to go back to visit them on their deathbed is not a overnight type deal where most people over there can do that because their family lives right close. It takes a lot of days of travel to get over there and back. And not only travel, but it costs a lot more. And to go back there for a week is not financially sound for them. But also, and this is time that they have accrued for sick leave or vacation. It's not time without pay, you know, but it could be. But most of it, they have vacation or sick time built up. It's also, we have a member over there that had to have his appendix removed last week. The doctor's recommending him staying out 4 weeks of work. But right now, the policy at the U, you lose your spot if you stay out for more than 2 weeks. So he's going to come back in 2 weeks instead of staying out the 4 weeks that the doctor recommends, so he doesn't lose his fitted spot. So it affects a lot of our workers in FM, food service, especially over at the university.
Thank you, Kurt. Now I want to introduce and invite Nasser Nur, Buildings and Grounds worker at the University of Minnesota, to provide a statement on the issue.
Good morning. My name is Nasser Nur. I'm a senior BNG at Mayo Clinic or Mayo Building. So I would like to say some words. First of all, I thanks for giving me this opportunity, and it's my honor to be here with all of the Teamster brothers and sisters. And I'm here to share a little bit about my life at the U. And first of all, I would like to thank my local union 320 principal officer, Secretary Treasurer Brian Aldous, President Sammy Gabriel, and Vice President Kurt Swanson, and to all the executive board for the hard working they're doing. They have done a tremendous job for the whole members. I'm proud to be a member of 320 local, 320. Secondly, I would like to thank the member of all the negotiation committee, which including myself. We are here. So I myself, I'm part of a community, which is the University of Minnesota. Honestly, working at the university is a good place to work compared to the other places. So, but the way they treat their employee, the way they treat us is unacceptable. They don't respect their employee, the employee who's doing a tremendous job at the university, such as the cleaning office, tons of restrooms, the heat, the floor, lawn care, food service, all, you name it. We are asking the university to respect us or to respect his employee with dignity. Let me give you some example that the way they treat us. I or we as East Africans people who have a family at the outside the country, when we are having a vacation or sick leave or FMLA, and we want it, which approves by the supervisors that they give us, they let us go by using our vacation time or sick hours, and they approve, you're fine, you can go take your vacation, take care of the family. So when they allow you to take your vacation, which is for more than 2 weeks, imagine over here, they allowed us to take our vacations. After you came back from your vacation or FMLA, when you, or a woman's when you get birth and you lose your area, because they will post it after 2 weeks. But if the supervisors likes you or you are a hard worker, he will keep your position or your area. You will see, especially when you take from the management, the office, like when they get 2 or 3 months, so when they come back from their vacation or get birth, you will see their office decorated, which is welcome back, or congratulations with your new babies. And because somebody's working their job, so we are asking for treating us equally, because we not get treated as equally. So for them is nothing, for us is a problem. So the management will assign someone until the person come back. Do you think this is fair? No, it's not fair. Something with also, there is a Muslims or another religions, so that we get paid for American holidays, such as Christmas, Thanksgiving, all that. Even we in here, we're asking for like, get paid, use our vacation time to take 1 day off. We have 2 days in a year holiday, and they don't give us, except some of the supervisors, because they understand. So finally, when the regent approved 2% increase across the board and get their 2% increase, which is including the members who's negotiating with the union, they'll get their 2% raise, but nothing for us, because this is like discriminating. Even though who's doing the tremendous job at the university, and they don't give us penny, and this is against discrimination. We are equality. We are equal for. We need a dignity and respect from the university. But yesterday we got a jacket, which is they talking. I was wearing earlier, and they think they spend millions or thousands of dollars. They will talk the next 5 years. We did this. We did this. And they're asking, like, they're saying they did English as a second language. Thanks to our union. Our union is doing a great job too as well. They did for the members, and it's free. They pay for the teachers. But if you go outside, you will get a free English as well. But they're talking as in they think a big thing. So we need a respect and see us equally. So finally, and we as a negotiation committee ask you to support us, all of the employee at the university. We have to stand together from the university. There is no real movement. We want the university to bargain in good faith. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Nasser. Now I want to introduce and invite Teamster Dale Timms to speak, who is a university worker and is earning less than $15 an hour.
Hi, my name is Dale Timms, and I'm a full-time food service worker at Centennial Hall. I'm a father of 2, and I make under $12.50 an hour. And even though I work full-time at the U, it's difficult for me to be able to provide for my kids. And it doesn't make any sense that with the amount of money the U makes and the U has, that what they're giving me isn't even close to a livable wage. I shouldn't have to worry if I can make rent at the end of the month, and I do. You know, I'm tired of poverty wages, and I intend to do whatever it takes to get something better.
Thank you, Dale. I will now call upon University of Minnesota student and member of the Student-Driven Minnesota Public Interest Research Group, MPIRG, Matthew Sheets, who's the Vice Chair of MPERC, to provide a statement. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Matthew Sheets. I am, as we talked about, a student enrolled at the University of Minnesota. And I stand before you today as a representative for all students across the university system and as a representative for Minnesota Public Interest Research Group, or MPERG. I am here to read MPERG's statement. MPERG, the students it represents, and all affiliated student chapters at UMM Twin Cities, UMM Duluth, and UMM Morris stand in solidarity with the working people of our campus communities. The workers on every campus are the individuals that make each of our campuses livable, workable, and efficient. They are vital to the growth and sustainability of this community and are valued members of the community that they keep. Our clerical workers, facilities management staff, custodians, engineers, dining service staff, campus service staff, carpenters, electricians, and plumbers that the university system employs are the backbone of our campus community. They are the individuals that make our scholarship possible, and they deserve respect from the administrators at the top. MPERG objects to the decision made by the university administrators to employ the unfair labor practices of surface bargaining, regressive bargaining, and refusing to negotiate on a mandatory subject of bargaining represents a schism in the amount of respect given to the administrators' pocketbooks and the workers' livelihoods. We cannot accept an institution built off of our tuition payments and student debt to conduct business in this manner. MPERG stands in solidarity with the university workers and agrees with worker leadership that there should not be a university split in two, one for the haves and another for the have-nots. The creation of an exclusive system of pay that only caters to a few is an unacceptable attack on the interest of the workers whose families rely on that work and paycheck. As students that support the university system with our tuition and other monies, MPERG and its membership demand that President Kaler and the rest of the university administration at our universities listen to the students that the University of Minnesota serves and bargain in good faith with the workers that support that system.
Thank you, Matt. Thank you. Now I want to invite University of Minnesota grad student Imogen Page to say a few words as well.
Thank you. My name is Imogen Page, and I'm a fourth-year student at the University of Minnesota. I'm also a student worker. I've been a teaching assistant in the School of Public Health for all of those 4 years, and I only just began to make $15 an hour, which is much higher than what most student workers make. And just as I know that the university cannot function for a day or even for an hour without undergraduate students' work, without graduate students' work, and without non-tenured faculty work, neither can it function for a moment without all the other incredibly hardworking campus workers who are being denied a living wage, job security, and basic respect by the administration. So I'm here as a student to stand in solidarity with them and support their strike, and I'm calling on other students as well to do the same. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Imogen. We'll now open it up to questions.
So this is the authorization of tax there at 85%. What does it mean in terms of timeline? How does it work?
Yeah, so the members voted to authorize a strike by 85% today. We have mediation scheduled for November 27th, Monday, November 27th. And our plan is to stay at the bargaining table until we can negotiate an agreement that's acceptable and our membership will ratify.
So a strike is not imminent.
A strike is not imminent. We did not vote to strike. We have voted to authorize a strike. So we have not started any clock ticking, so to speak. So there's no timing. Our focus is, as I said earlier, is to continue to negotiate. encourage the University of Minnesota to bargain in good faith so we can reach an agreement that's acceptable. Wages are part of the union's and its membership's priority, but as you've heard from some of the speakers, the ability to use accrued leave balances remains a priority without being punished or harmed. And the greatest priority is to protect our freedoms to collectively bargain and to hold the university accountable for honoring their part of that agreement as well.
From your perspective, what is the negotiation process been like so far? Has the university outside? Have they lowballed? What's from your perspective?
The University of Minnesota has lowballed the bargaining unit on wages. They have been relatively inflexible in working with us to solve some of our prioritized issues, and they're not our priorities. Those are the priorities of the membership as a whole. Our perception is that they have drugged this process out, and that they'll continue to drag it out if we don't hold them accountable for having the flexibility that they should have at the bargaining table.
And has a mediator been involved in this entire process?
We have been in mediation with a state-appointed mediator for about 6 months.
Just one other thing that I'm curious about is there's several different groups within this bargaining unit. Are they all kind of under separate state laws and things like that? Or is there a class?
There are about 1,550 people at the University of Minnesota that are represented by Teamsters Local 320. There are numerous job classifications and salary schedules that are part of the collective bargaining agreement. Yep. What we're looking for is a cost of living adjustment that will provide. We've been negotiating a percentage that's across the board that will provide greater economic stability and more sound futures for our members, as you heard from Brother Dale. The University of Minnesota has offered about a 1%, 1.25% cost of living adjustment. So for our membership that is below $15 an hour, that is less than a 15-cent an hour increase. What we're looking for is, what I'd like to say is that we are looking for a cost of living increase or pay increase that is fair and equitable. We're not, this is not an attempt at greed. It's not an attempt to bully the University of Minnesota. It's an attempt to provide better, more sound economic stability, something that's fair, that both parties can live with. Thank you.